What is up, everyone? Welcome to another live stream. Uh, so we are having a heat wave up here in the Northeast. It's going to be 4 days, well above 90. Today was 94 degrees. Thursday will be 98 degrees. So tomorrow is going to be the hottest day. Friday is going to be 96. Saturday is going to be 92. So whenever you have 4 days of at least 90 degrees, it's considered a heat wave. And not only is it bringing the heat, but it's bringing a high level of humidity along with it. I learned this interesting thing about Europe. Hey, what's going on? About 2 weeks ago, and the majority of Europe does not have air conditioning. And I looked up the statistics for last summer in Europe, and they had over 24,000 deaths in Europe due to heat exhaustion. That's almost as much deaths as we have here due to gun violence. Make that make sense. I'm thinking that this probably has to do with high energy costs in Europe. Maybe that's leading to the reluctancy of using air conditioning. But you know, Germany kind of made its own bed. I mean, they got rid of all their nuclear power. They're relying on a lot of green energy, and green energy isn't always sustainable. And yeah, like specifically Germany, they're not in a really good place right now. High energy rates. They don't rely on air conditioning. But I was just wondering, like, how did I just know about this now? I literally just learned about this about 2 weeks ago, that the majority of Europe does not use air conditioning. See, that's crazy. None of the restaurants had air conditioning. Oh my God. Just imagine, like, you don't know this, and you go to Europe and you have everything booked, and you go to your hotel room and there's no air conditioning. I think I would lose my mind. But you know, that's as expensive as everything here is in America. I am thankful for some of the things that we do have, like air conditioning. I couldn't imagine going on a vacation in Europe. You know, it's 100 degrees outside, and there's no air conditioning to even take shelter in. That's crazy. How is Switzerland though? It looks beautiful there. Switzerland looks beautiful. I mean, that can't be a great experience, going to a restaurant with no air conditioning, especially when it's hot. I think I would probably lose my appetite, because I find when I'm overly hot, I lose my appetite and I'm not that hungry. Thanks for sharing that, though. That's very interesting, but it goes along with what I was just saying about Europe not having air conditioning. But think about that for a moment. 24,000 people died from heat exhaustion in Europe last year. Those are crazy numbers. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Paris and France, very, very hot. See, like, I don't mind the heat. I like the heat when I'm outdoors, but when I come inside my house, I like to be comfortable, right? Unfortunately, like my house is an older home, so we don't have central air, and we have like 4 separate window air conditioners that I got to put in every year. But that's what it takes to stay cool. Especially where I am right now. I live up on the 3rd floor, and the sun beats on the roof all day long. So I absolutely need air conditioning up here. If it wasn't for the air conditioning, it would be over 100 degrees up here. It takes about an hour to cool down my room. I am not a Democrat or Republican. I like to think that I belong to the, if there was such a party, like a party of like logic. I feel like both parties have lost their logic. Both parties are a little too extreme for me. I'm kind of more in the middle. I am more in dead center in the middle. And last election cycle, I couldn't bring myself to vote for either one of them because I don't support either one of them. This is just my personal opinion. I think anyone that gets to the level of president of the United States, they just have certain qualities that I don't like about them. I almost think you have to be... No, I don't have to vote if I don't support either party. I think to become president of the United States, it takes a certain level of... what's the word I'm looking for? I just think when you get to the top, you have to have certain qualities to become president of the United States. And I just think they're so out of touch with reality from the average person that they aren't going to ever do anything to help us. But I disagree with that. If you don't support either candidate, I don't believe in voting for either or if you don't like either or. I don't belong to a team. Hi, Andrew. What's going on? But yeah, like Europe needs to get on board with air conditioning. It's 2026. It's about time. We shouldn't be having over 24,000 people die from heat exhaustion. But Kami Prod, I would probably say that you are a Democrat, if I had to guess. What I wanted to say earlier is I think people that get to that level, as far as becoming president of the United States, I almost think most of them are narcissistic, in my opinion. Because I think like a normal person doesn't seek that kind of power. And until you get lobbying out of politics, politicians will be continuing to be influenced in all the wrong ways. You need to get lobbying out of politics. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the chat. It's a relatively quiet chat. It got political for a brief moment there because someone asked me who I voted for. And when I told them I didn't support either candidate, they thought that was a big deal. but I'm not a believer in voting for someone if you don't completely support them. Oh, we have someone from London. Nice. How's your day going? How is the weather in London right now? Let's see. 68 degrees. I suspect I may have another family member or two that are on the spectrum, but they never got tested for it. Like I said, I found out when I was about 3 years old that I was on the spectrum. And honestly, to the level that I have autism, there doesn't seem to be a lot of help because I'm like the functioning type. Like I can hold down a job. I can do everything I need to do to get by. It's not completely debilitating. And I just find that there's not a lot of resources out there for people like me. Mab, what type of autism do you have, if you don't mind me asking? I was diagnosed with PDD-NOS, which isn't a term that's actually used anymore. When they changed to the DSM-5, they got rid of PDD-NOS. So basically, I would just fall under the autism spectrum umbrella. But I try not to dwell on it. It's not something I think about every day. I just make the best of what I do have and move forward. But it's nice seeing you here, Mab. You're kind of a regular. And don't mind me, I'm just going to be playing some Nintendo Switch until somebody enters the chat again to fill out the time. But I'm here for anyone that wants to have a conversation. Just chat me up. One thing I do want to add, about 3 years ago, I made a YouTube shorts about me being diagnosed with PDD-NOS. And it's gotten quite a bit of comments. I think it's up to 50 comments. And it was basically people that were diagnosed with the PDD-NOS just like me. And they were basically saying that they wish there were more people out there that would talk about it. So I think that video I put out there about it is kind of unique because there's not a lot of people out there talking about PDD-NOS because it's not a term that's used anymore. But it's still something that a lot of people were diagnosed with, and people are out there seeking answers. I just have a tough time talking about autism because I don't really think it's a fun thing to talk about. Could I listen to your music? What do you mean? Mab, you always disappear on me. You leave a comment and then you disappear. Where'd you go? Do you use AI to make music? Or do you make it organically? Oh, nice. How long have you been making music for? And What is your favorite genre of music? I'll go first. For me, I would say 80s rock is my favorite. I think that was the best decade for music, especially rock music. But good for you. That's great. You have a hobby, something that you love and enjoy. I think that's really important in life. To really have a hobby that you can fall back on. Awesome. Yeah, I don't really have the coordination to play guitar or drums or anything like that. I wasn't gifted like that. So I respect anyone that can play an instrument proficiently or produce music, because it's not easy. The great ones make it look easy, but it's not easy. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate the compliment. Keep going with your music, man. Never give up. Sometimes it can take 15, 20 years to succeed in something. Hey, you're welcome. If like going back to what I was saying about sometimes it takes people decades to succeed. If you read up on Colonel Sanders, he was rejected so many times for his original chicken recipe, and he didn't really strike it big until I believe he was in his mid-60s. But he believed in something and he never gave up, and that's the message to take away from that. I think where people go wrong is they have these expectations in their mind about what they want out of any situation, and then when the reality doesn't align with their expectations, people end up giving up. It happens on YouTube all the time. For every 100 videos you do, you might be lucky if 10 of them do well. You know, it's the 80-20 principle. And so people are like 10 videos in, they're not getting any views, and they give up. That's why it's something like 90% of YouTubers never reach 1,000 subscribers, because people give up too early. And YouTube is certainly a humbling experience. There was plenty of days that I wanted to quit, but I try to keep going with it. Anything worth doing in life is difficult, because if it was easy, when you succeed, you wouldn't appreciate it. I have 21,420 about. And even that's weird. I'll have time periods where, like in 1 month, I've gotten over 3,500, and then the next month I'm lucky if I get 500, and I'm doing the same kind of content. So it's not always consistent. Like right now, I'm kind of in a dry spell. I gain 30 subs and then I lose 30 subs. I gain 30 subs and then I lose 30 subs. What's up, Personal Laughs? I remember you from one of the previous streams. But yeah, I think that's where people go wrong, is they set the wrong expectations. And when reality doesn't meet the expectations, people kind of just give up. Because you start taking into account the amount of effort you're putting into whatever you're doing, and if the results don't come, you feel like you're doing it for nothing. But in reality, you're working towards something. I think the most important thing is, like, obviously you have to have some talent in whatever you're doing, but consistency is definitely a close second, because without consistency, you could have all the talent in the world, but it's never going to blossom into anything without the consistency. I picked up the guitar around the same time I started my YouTube channel, and I'm like, either between the guitar or YouTube, I want to pick up a new hobby, and I'm like, I didn't know if I was going to end up liking both or one or the other, and so I bought like a guitar that was like, I don't know, I think it was like a $200 guitar, because I'm like, just in case I don't end up sticking with it, I don't want to overpay for a guitar. So anyways, I bought the guitar, I took guitar lessons, and I just found myself not enjoying learning the strings and learning like the craft of playing the guitar. And I found out that, you know what, it's not for me. And then, but at the same time, I found that I enjoyed making YouTube videos. So I kind of left the guitar behind, and I continued on making YouTube videos. But at least one of them has kind of worked out for me. Because the thing with the guitar is, man, you got to pick that up almost every day and play it. It's not something you can pick up once a month. Especially at the beginning when you're learning how to play it. But that is by far my favorite instrument. There's something about it that just really gets in my feelings. You know, like when you hear like a really good guitar solo and the song really resonates with you, you kind of get that chill up your spine, and it makes your hair stick up. Have you ever experienced that when a certain song hits you a certain type of way? That's why I think music is more than just an experience. It's a spiritual experience. I think it's much more deeper than we realize. Lincoln Gaming, what's with all the W's? If you missed what I was talking about at the beginning of this video, I was talking about how Europe as a country does not rely on air conditioning. They don't use air conditioning in most parts of Europe. And in the summer of 2025, they had over 24,000 people die due to heat exhaustion, which I find baffling. Like, somebody make that make sense. Like, I feel like Europeans, like, they over-engineer their vehicles, like Audis, for example, and but they can't have air conditioning. I would never, ever, ever, ever buy a German engineered car. It's not that they're not nice. I think they look nice, but they're over-engineered. And when they start aging and you got to start replacing parts on them, they're very, very expensive vehicles to upkeep. Oh, thank you, Lincoln Gaming. Hey, what's up? What's up, Grizz? How's Greece? You must be in Greece by now, right? I remember you telling me you were going to be going to Greece very soon. Thanks for popping in, man. You're a regular. Yeah, I feel like it's hot everywhere right now. Grizz, it's going to be about 100 degrees up here in the Northeast tomorrow. So the heat index is going to be well over 100. Hey, that's a good call, going to the water park. That is a good call. I wouldn't mind being at a water park myself right now. Lincoln Game, what do you mean? Yeah. I wish I had a pool. I do not have a pool in my yard. I wish I did. It would definitely be nice to go jump in a nice cool pool right now. Yeah, I bet, Grizz. It sounds like a great time, man. Glad you're enjoying yourself. Yeah, whenever I go to like amusement parks, I always tend to like to go to the water park side, if anything. Especially in the summertime, it's nice to cool off. Awesome, man. The food's good, the water's good. Sounds like you're enjoying your vacation. Man, I'm telling you, in life, just enjoy those moments, man. Enjoy all those good moments. Stack them up as much as you can. I'm not very familiar with how the food is in Greece. Like, what is their main cuisine? How nice. No house. There's nothing to really see, honestly. It's just a basic room. Sorry to disappoint. You know, guys, I really enjoy doing like a walk and talk outside, but it's just too hot outside right now to do a walk and talk. Um, I find those much more fun because I'm actively doing something as I'm talking to you guys, and you guys seem to enjoy the scenery. But this week it's way too hot with the heat wave going on. This is the first day out of 4, and we're going to be well above 90. What are you talking about, personal laughs? What if I saw your IRL? What do you mean? Oh, yes. I got some. Ah, Chris, so you're gonna wait till tomorrow, huh? Cold War.
You are a sight for sore eyes.
How many days will you be in Greece for? When does the water park open up? What time? Oh, nice.
Hey, over here.
So you'll be there close to a week? Oh, think about it. In 10 more hours, you could be there going down the slides, right?
You are a sight for sore eyes.
I was always a little apprehensive going down the water slides that aren't like all the way around. I was like always afraid about going off the side of one of them. I bet. I mean, your body has to adjust to the water temperature, but I think it adjusts pretty quick. Same thing when you go to the beach, right? As soon as you get in that water, especially here in the Northeast, the water is very cold when you first get into it. And then over time, your body basically adjusts to the water temperature. That's awesome. You get to go to Greece, though, Grizz. That's awesome. It's a really cool trip. Hey, baseball, welcome. You look like a newbie. I've never seen you in the chat before. Welcome. Thanks for coming on. Hope you're having a great day or evening wherever you're from. Wow, you're getting up there. You're gonna have 400 before you know it. That is really cool. Are you gonna make any videos while you're in Greece? Baseball boy, are you a big baseball fan? You have a favorite team? Hey Harper, welcome. Another newbie. First time I've seen you in this chat. What's going on? What's going on, Harper Wyatt? Thanks for stopping in. I'm taking shelter in my air-conditioned room from the pretty extreme heat wave we have going on outside right now. Hi kittens, I remember you. Yeah, Harper, we have 4 days here in the Northeast where it's going to be close to 100 degrees. The heat wave is crazy. And like I said earlier, I don't mind being hot when I'm outdoors. But when I come into the house, I want to be comfortable, especially going to bed. I cannot sleep if I'm hot and sweaty. Harper, I am not British. I am actually German, supposedly. I guess my family heritage goes back to Germany. Do I sound British? Oh, yeah? Nope, I am not British. I am French and German. My dad's side is French and my mom's side is German. But I feel like I got much more German in me. Like the OCD, my orderly nature. I need to have everything neat and clean all the time. And that's synonymous with Germans. I haven't been making videos for 10 years. For the first 7 years, I only had a YouTube account and I only passively watched YouTube videos. About 3 years, I started making YouTube videos. And the majority of my subs came in the last 2 years. So. And you say only 20,000 subs, but if you look at the statistics, I'm in the upper 5%. Only about 10% of people ever reach 1,000 subs. And then to get to 20,000 subs, I think it's something like only 2 to 5% of people ever reach 20,000 subs. So before you say only 20,000 subs, it's actually pretty good on YouTube. All those channels you see with 100,000 and 1 million, that's extremely rare. Thank you very much. I wish I had more, but I mean, I'm happy with what I have. The only thing I can do is just keep posting, and hopefully over time it'll keep growing. That's why I do these live streams, so people can kind of get to know my personality a little bit. Harper, you have 10 subs? How many videos have you made? But that one car guy, I appreciate that. I really do. Like the first year, I started making videos in 2023. And the first year, I only had something like 400 subs. And then it took me 2 years to get my first 1,000 subs. And then within the last year and a half, I got close to 18 or 19,000 subs. So it definitely spiked upward. YouTube is not easy. It's the thing with YouTube is it's oversaturated with content, and a lot of people are making the same kind of content, and it's really, really hard to stick out. Where is it? You got one more. 16 vids. Keep on making the videos. Don't give up. Really, you find that to be true, that car guy? I've actually had the opposite experience with TikTok. What I do is I repurpose all of my YouTube content and I put it on TikTok. And I have a good amount of videos up there. And I have like over 12,000 likes, but I only have about 200 followers. Versus YouTube, where I have over 20,000. I actually find, at least for me personally, I know this isn't the case for everyone, but for me personally, I find it easier to get subscribers on YouTube than followers on TikTok. Oh yeah, Harper, that's awesome. You going to swim at a lake or something? But I know, like, where you're talking about that one car guy, yeah, I'm sure for some people, they have much more success on TikTok. But for me, it's the exact opposite. That's awesome, Harper. Enjoy the water. I think it's really important at a young age to know how to swim. I'm always surprised when I come across someone who's like 30 or 40 years old and they don't know how to swim. I think it's like a basic skill that's really important to know how to do. Oh, I need eggs and cheese. It is 6:49 p.m. That's interesting. So that one car guy, so we've had opposite experiences on there. I think like the most views I ever got on TikTok was a little over 6,000. Whereas on YouTube, the most views I ever got is, I think 730,000 on a single shorts. Yes, kittens, it is a Switch OLED, and I am playing Disney Dreamlight Valley. It's kind of like same principle as Animal Crossing, but I find it more enjoyable. Oh, okay, Harper. It's 11:30 at night where you are, huh? But congrats to that one car guy. At least someone's having success on it. Yeah, that's so weird. We've had complete opposite experiences with TikTok and YouTube. So like, I feel like getting 1,000 subs is kind of easy. The part that I find really hard is getting the watch hours. You need 4,000 watch hours within a physical year. And that's what I have a hard time with, because I don't make like a lot of long form videos. I do a lot of shorts content, and the watch hours you get from the shorts don't count towards the 4,000. The only way to get watch hours on YouTube is either the long form videos or live streams. But I feel like with the live streams, if you get like a decent sized following, it's definitely reasonable to hit the 4,000 watch hours. Like, see, I only have 2 people in here, but like if I had 100 people in here and they each watched 30 minutes of my stream, you can see how that would add up quickly over time if I consistently got that. But I almost think like people that are a little like abnormal, that do crazy shit on YouTube, are the people that stick out and get a lot of views. If you're normal, you kind of blend in with a lot of other people and you go unnoticed. Like, I've come across this guy who does live streams, and he admits that he's overweight, and he's trying to lose weight, but he'll do like live streams while he's on his bike or while he's on the treadmill, and some of his live streams get like over 1 million views, which I've never seen on a live stream before. But like, literally, he must be getting paid pretty good money to just hang out in his house and just basically live stream whatever he's doing. But he's not doing anything extraordinary. He's just doing very basic stuff. But a lot of people like to watch it because I think it's like, when you come across his channel, you're like, is this real? Is this really going on right now? Because he does his live streams with his shirt off. He lets all his fat hang out. So I think it's almost like the shock factor that it keeps people watching. I'm not hating on the guy at all. It's good for him. But I think he sticks out because of what he does. I can't even, yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with my OLED. And like, the Dreamlight Valley is keeping me really busy because there's so much to do on it. There's mining, there's crafting, there's gardening, there's quests. And then with GTA 6 coming out in November, that's going to keep me occupied through the winter. So I think, like, between these 2 games, like, I have enough to play right now. And I was disappointed with the Switch 2 that they didn't launch with an OLED screen. I think they should have launched with an OLED screen. But I'm glad you like the Switch 2. I know the screen is a little bit bigger than the OLED. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you think about it, like, you would get your watch time like that with that amount of viewership. It would come easy. Like, whenever I do these live streams, I'm lucky if I get 5 people that come on. It's kind of frustrating. I mean, I'd be happy if I was getting like 50 people in here. That would be pretty cool. And also, too, I have trouble with these live streams because so few people come in. It's hard to keep the conversation going if people aren't coming in here and asking me questions or, you know, sending comments my way for me to respond to. The more people that come in and the more people that talk, the more free-flowing the conversation can be. Like, some of these bigger streamers that have, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 500 people in their live streams, you know, they can cherry pick the comments so they always have something to talk about, right? But sometimes I'll go on live stream and it takes a couple of minutes before one person comes in. So, but I'm gonna keep doing them. I'm not gonna give up. Can't give up that one car guy. So are you a car guy? You into classic cars? What are you into? I've been streaming 45 minutes already. Wow. Hey, baseball, I saw you in here earlier and then you disappeared. I was asking you if you have a favorite baseball team and you did not respond. Maybe you didn't see the question. I would just assume you're a baseball fan if that's your username. Ferrari and BMW. There was a Ferrari that I really liked. I think it was a 1995. I gotta look it up online. Hang on a second. Yeah, I think one of my favorite sports cars was the 1996 Ferrari F355. I like the shape of it. Hey YT, welcome. How's your day going? How's the weather where you are? A lot of us are experiencing pretty intense heat waves. It's good to hear. Yeah, I don't know. I just like the shape of that car. My issue with some of the modern cars is like they don't like have any like nice clean edges to them. Like everything's rounded nowadays. I like cars that like had a little squareness to them. YT, why what? What do you mean? You don't have a favorite baseball team? That's okay. My favorite baseball, I'm trying to look at Ferrari F50. It's actually nice. It's also my Dej. Nice. Ferrari is Italian, right? If I remember correctly. It's an Italian make. And I have something against electric sports cars. I do not like electric sports cars. I like to hear that nice hum of a gasoline-powered vehicle. Like, I know electric cars are as fast as shit, but they just have no character to them. And not only that, the other thing I don't like about electric vehicles is like after 15 to 20 years, if you still have the car and you have to replace the battery packs, it could be upwards of $20,000 to replace those electric batteries. So I don't even understand how there's going to be a market for used electric cars. Because like if you buy a used electric car that's 10 years old, you know you're going to end up having to replace those batteries. And at that point, you're just junking the car. Why would you put $20,000 into a 10-year-old vehicle? What do I like to play in real life or like video games? Yeah, man, it's just I just like gasoline powered sports cars, man. There's something about that nice sound they make, the hum. I think it's something only like true car enthusiasts can appreciate. But I really don't understand how there's going to be a used car market for electric vehicles. It doesn't even make sense to me. Because no one's going to pay $20,000 to replace the batteries when they need to be replaced. And then not only that, How are they going to recycle all these used batteries? Yup. And not only that, too. I can only imagine what that'll do to people's electric bill when they have to have a charging station on their own property and they got to charge their car every day. And then, like, any new house they're putting up now, they're not using oil anymore. So, like, literally everyone's electric bill is going to be over $1,000 a month. I'm just telling you right now. And I don't see how people are going to be able to afford that. I was watching videos on the Cybertruck, and those things are pieces of shit. They look big on the outside, but they're pretty cramped on the inside. And the stainless steel plates on the exterior of the Cybertruck, they're glued on. They're literally glued on. Where do you live, YT Jack, if you don't mind me asking? What country? You don't have to be too specific, but just country. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have an electric vehicle and you're taking a road trip, right? And, like, you have to, like, literally plan out where you can stop to charge your vehicle. And then, like you said, you got to wait 2 hours for the car to charge. Like, I know, like, in my lifetime, I'm not going to mess with electric cars at all. And I would actually consider retiring somewhere other than America someday. I'm staying open-minded about that because it's becoming almost impossible to survive in America now with the cost of living. You're from South Africa, huh? Home of Elon Musk, right? Isn't he the first trillionaire? It's craziness. I was reading that one of his own daughters wants nothing to do with him. She basically disowned him. You just wonder, somebody that has as much money as like some of these billionaires have, like what's the drive to keep on going when you have that amount of money? I think they get hungry over control. They want to control politics. You can influence almost anyone with money. Yeah. He could do a lot of good with that money too. But I don't know enough as to like where he puts his money to comment on it. He may donate some of it. I have no idea. So I can't really say anything ill against him. But I feel like most billionaires don't do enough good with their money, if I'm being honest. And they definitely do not pay their fair share of taxes. Yeah. Well, think about it. He's gained the majority of his net worth since the pandemic, when a lot of us have taken a hit. Yeah. It's crazy. I don't even like Tesla, to be honest. It's if I had to buy an electric car, it wouldn't be a Tesla. Yeah, 700 billion net worth in 3 years. Like, no matter what you invent or what you come up with, no one is worth that kind of money. Like, if you read up on the state of California, the amount of money they spend on their homeless problem and they don't make a dent in it is, and it's almost, I think it's because like the people that are hired to fill these positions to do something about the homelessness in California, if they actually made strides and put a dent in the homelessness and eradicated it, they would be out of a job. So what interest do they really have to fix it? Because as long as they don't fix the homeless problem, they will always have a job. The funny thing is, people are abusing Tesla's auto drive, like the whole reason. Auto drive, yeah, you're saying like the car's basically when the car drives itself. Is that what you're talking about? And I'd rather have my life in my own hands. Like if I'm gonna die, I'd rather die because of a mistake I made and not a software in the car. I am 40 years old. Yeah, I would not be comfortable being in an automated car on the highway and just trust that car to navigate and get me to my destination in a safe and timely manner. I would never trust that. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm 40 years old. I turned 40 last year. Glad I still have hair. I have a friend, same age as me, and he lost probably 90% of his hair. And for the last 20 years, I would always give myself a crew cut. And then it dawned on me, like, I have hair, why don't I grow it out and enjoy it? And so since February, I've been growing it out. February, March. I am not married. I have a girlfriend, but I am not married yet. But thank you. I wouldn't mind being 25 again. I had more energy. I noticed, like, the older I get, like I was in Boston last Sunday for the Thai festival, and I spent the majority of the day at the festival outside in the sun, and did a lot of walking. I did 17,000 steps, and the very next day, I was tired like the whole day. It took me like a whole day to like recoup from that Sunday, walking around all day and being in the sun. Now, if I did that back when I was 25, I would have recovered much quicker. But with age comes slower recovery. Yeah, I've heard about those AI girls online that like guys literally talk to. But I feel like that would be like an incel thing, like a guy that has no game and does not know how to talk to women. I feel like those would be the types of people that would talk to an AI woman. Ah, so you're up very early in the morning, huh? I wish I could stay up that late. I'm a night owl, but during the work week, I tend to get into bed around 9 o'clock, and I usually sleep by 10 o'clock because I have to be up at 5 a.m. in the morning. So I find I need at least 7 hours of sleep to function optimally the next day. Ah, we have someone playing hooky, skipping school, huh? I never did that. Not. All right, thanks for coming in, that one car guy. Nice conversation, and nice to talk to someone from South Africa. And I'll see you on the next stream. Have a good sleep, man. See you later, YT. You're still staying here? Oh, you're saying bye to that one car guy? Gotcha. YT, you play any video games? Are you an Xbox person or are you PlayStation person? Okay, so you play games on your phone, huh? I play on my Switch, I play on an Xbox Series X, and I play on a PS4 Pro. YT, how old are you? I feel like 9. I feel like my audience is like very young. I have a lot of young subscribers. That's okay. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just cooking recipes on Dreamlight Valley. You get a certain amount of money for cooking specific meals in game. So right now I'm making, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm making pumpkin puffs. And for every dish you make of pumpkin puffs, you get like 1,400 in-game dollars. So I play this game on and off when I have time. I don't play it every day. But it's one of those games I like to go to when I want to relax. And then sometimes if the stream gets quiet and there's not a lot of people in here, I'll just kind of pick up the Switch and play it until more people come in. It kind of just passes time. So I'm not just staring at a phone screen while I'm waiting for somebody to talk to me. Is there anything you want to talk about? Do you have like favorite subjects that you like talking about? I've been streaming over 1 hour now. Time goes by too fast. Right, there was 3 people in here. Now you are the only one. I don't typically get a lot of people that come in here. I think the most people I ever had in here at one time was maybe 15 people. But I appreciate you being here and spending some time in the live stream. I appreciate it. Yes, someone else is here. So if you're 9 years old, Are you like in the 3rd grade or 4th grade? All right, I'm all done making that. Time to go cash in and make some money. 4th grade? Even though I'm 40 years old, I can still remember back to the 4th grade. I even remember my teachers. But I have a pretty good memory like that. Things I want to remember, I remember. But time goes by fast. You're 9 now and you're in the 4th grade, but before you know it, you're going to be 18, graduating high school, moving into the next chapter of your life. It comes quicker than you realize. Trust me on that one. Enjoy your childhood. Don't rush to become an adult. Wrestle Junkie, nice. Oh, thanks for stopping in. We've been talking about all sorts of different things. Wrestle Junkie, I started off this stream talking about Europe as a country and how they don't really use air conditioning. And they had over 24,000 people die last summer due to heat exhaustion, which is crazy. Think about 24,000 people dying because of heat exhaustion. All because Europe does not believe in using air conditioning. Although I'm sure that comes from some people being outdoors. But I mean, just as a whole, I don't understand Europe's hesitation to use air conditioning. Yeah, YT, yeah, I believe it. Yeah, YT, 2026 is crazy. Like, it seems like it was just New Year's Eve, and now we are a little past the halfway point of this year. If you think time goes by fast now, wait till you become an adult. It goes by even faster. It's scary how fast time goes by. I am starting to get a little sleepy. What time is it? 7:19? Yeah. When I was your age, I was excited to become an adult because I wanted to get my license and have my own car and have my own independence and my own freedom. And then it was better than it actually is. And when I became an adult, reality slapped me in the face, and I found out what bills were. I found out what responsibility was, and it made me wish I enjoyed my childhood even more than I did. But you got it right. Don't rush to be an adult. It's overrated. Where is it? There it is. So, YT, you must be on summer vacation, right? From school? You get like 2 or 3 months off? Hi, Luna. Welcome to the chat. What are you up to? YT, did you hear my question? I was asking you if you are on school vacation for the summer. Corn dogs. I haven't had those in a very long time. I used to, I think when I used to eat corn dogs, I used to dip them in ketchup. You don't have summer vacation? Maybe that's just an American thing? Your summer vacation ended already, huh? So, what months do you have summer vacation from school? Here in the States, here in America, summer vacation typically starts, I think, in the middle of June and it goes to the end of August. So, it's like a little over 2 months long. Oh. June 15th, huh? How long is your summer vacation? Is it like 2 months long? What do they give you? 2 months. I remember like when I was in school and that last day of school before summer vacation, I used to get so excited knowing I'd have a couple of months off from school, and then the teacher would like hit you with the summer reading and they'd want you to read like a certain amount of books during the summertime, and it used to piss me off because I'm like, wait a minute, I'm in school for like over 9 months out of the year, and then the 3 months I have off to myself, you want me to read for school? I don't know if you have summer reading where you go to school, but we every summer we would have summer reading. We'd have to read a book or two. Oh. Excuse me, I'm just a little sleepy. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So usually around 7 o'clock I start getting a little sleepy. So I'll probably be on here for a couple of more minutes, but it's been nice to have you on. I appreciate your time. Feel free to check out 5 o'clock in the morning. But feel free to come on to any of my future streams. I like to do my live stream outside if the weather permits, if it's not too hot outside or it's not too cold. I like to bring the phone outside. It makes it a little more interesting. Because right now all you can see is the wall of my room. I'll probably be on here for another 10 minutes. See, this is what Dreamlight Valley looks like. It's pretty cool. You can basically like decorate your world. You can put up houses, you can build roads, you can put in sidewalks, you can plant gardens, you can mine for diamonds, you can go fishing, you can do a lot of stuff in Disney Dreamlight Valley. You would probably like it. It's like one of those games where there's no end point. It's a game that like it just keeps going and going and going. It's a game that you could play probably 20 plus years and probably not You could probably, like, my aunt's been playing this game for like 7 years, and she still plays it like every week because there's so many things to do. Like, these are the kind of games I like where you feel like you get your money's worth. I'm sure. I mean, it's a fun game to play. Like I said, I find it relaxing. Oh, I'll show you the like, can you see that those rocks right there? Like, you can mine that and then basically see those little red diamonds inside. Hang on a second. So I'll show you what it looks like when you mine. Hang on a sec. Oh, I need some energy. Hang on a sec. So, like, basically this is what it looks like. You can basically mine, and then the diamonds, see how the diamonds fall out? See them on the ground? And then you can basically pick them up for money. I'll show you my little garden area. Oh, thank you. And then this is my garden area. See all my crops? So these are like sugar canes. Those are like chili peppers. I think that's cotton right there. But yeah, I find it to be a relaxing game. And then that cat follows me around everywhere. See that cat? He follows me all over the map. But this has like all different Disney characters. Like, it has the Lion King, it has Monsters Inc., it has Toy Story, like Woody and Buzz Lightyear. They're all on this map. That's why it's called, that's why it's called Disney Dreamlight Valley. Because it's comprised of all Disney characters. Where is everyone anyways? Oh, see, there's Mickey. You see Mickey? Mickey's kind of crazy on here. Yep. I got Goofy here. I got Donald Duck. Oh, look at... Whoa. That's Donald Duck. I don't know what the heck he's doing. Ugh. I gotta go sell some stuff. Sell that, sell that, sell that, sell that, sell that, sell that. Sell that. I'll keep that. Sell that. I'm gonna get going, YT, but it's nice talking to you. Have a good day of school tomorrow, and I hope to see you on the next stream. All right, take care now.